Nothing can hold me back. Nothing can hold me back. You know, like I said, I step back, regroup, get a new team, and came back strong.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to be Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff.
Why is Terence "Bud" Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Floyd Mayweather has fired back at Terence Crawford's recent statement that he's the better fighter. Meanwhile, top names in the sport like Dmitry Bivol, Alexander Usyk, and Artur Beterbiev have publicly backed Crawford, calling him the current pound-for-pound #1. They highlight his rare mix of skills, versatility, and consistent success across different weight divisions against elite opponents.
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing. And
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
Really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know?
Really?
For me, pound for pound, #1 is Terence Crawford. I like this man, it's a great fighter.
I think it's Crawford first.
Crawford also shared that he never pictured himself going up against Floyd Mayweather. Instead, he emphasized that he's always admired Floyd's career as a true fan, not as someone looking to compete with him. Crawford explained that imagining a dream fight with Mayweather was never on his mind because treating another fighter as a rival without cause would feel like envy, something he insists he's never felt toward Floyd.
Type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
You like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Commentator Max Kellerman observed that while Floyd Mayweather's career record includes a longer list of big names and achievements, many believe he carefully chose the timing of certain matchups after leaving the lightweight division. He acknowledged Mayweather's elite speed, defense, and technical brilliance, but added that critics argue some challengers were past their prime when they faced him. On the other hand, Kellerman noted that Terence Crawford, even with a resume that isn't as stacked on paper, has repeatedly proven he's ready to take on anyone, which strengthens his case as today's top pound-for-pound fighter.
Because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
Promoter Bob Arum has also weighed in, saying that if Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence "Bud" Crawford had met in their absolute primes, his pick would be Crawford. Arum described Crawford as a rare kind of fighter, one whose skill set and adaptability create problems most opponents have never prepared for. He pointed out Crawford's smooth ability to switch stances mid-fight, noting that this versatility and unpredictability set him apart as an exceptionally difficult challenge in the ring.
Prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Jim Lampley was asked how Terence Crawford at welterweight would have matched up against a prime Floyd Mayweather. He explained that the fight would play out in a very different way. He pointed out that Errol Spence entered his bout with Crawford believing his offense could match up, only to realize the opposite once the fight unfolded. Mayweather, on the other hand, never fought with that mindset. He built his success on being a master counterpuncher rather than an aggressive pressure fighter. Lampley added that while Mayweather's dominance often looked like a flawless technical masterclass, Crawford's victories carry a more destructive edge, making the contrast between the two styles striking.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that.
Former champion. Tim Bradley gave his take on a fantasy matchup between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. While he acknowledged Floyd as one of the all-time greats, Bradley said he would still give the edge to Crawford. He pointed to Crawford's ability to adapt mid-fight, switch stances, and counter effectively as tools that could create major problems for Mayweather. Bradley recalled how Floyd had early difficulties against Zab Judah, a skilled fighter but not on Crawford's level, and mentioned that left-handers in general often made Mayweather uncomfortable. He explained that overextending with the right hand, a habit Floyd sometimes showed against southpaws, could be dangerous against someone like Crawford, who is precise on the counter and capable of making him pay in a big way.
One is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Crawford has also shown respect for Floyd Mayweather, saying that even in a prime-for-prime clash with Manny Pacquiao, he believes Floyd would have come out on top. He noted that Mayweather managed to get past every major name of his era, and that at 140 or 147 pounds, no one would have beaten him at his absolute best. Crawford praised Floyd's discipline, stressing that for him, boxing wasn't just about training camps. It was a lifestyle. From day one, Mayweather set his sights on greatness and never wavered from that path.
I think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
After his tough defeat to Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez was asked to weigh Crawford against Floyd Mayweather Jr. In his response, Canelo didn't hold back. He stated that, in his view, Crawford is on another level compared to Floyd. He emphasized that Crawford's overall skill set and versatility make him, in his eyes, the more complete fighter.
I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people to say, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
Shane Mosley weighed in on the Crawford-Mayweather discussion, saying he sees Terence Crawford as the more complete fighter. He highlighted Crawford's reach, size, and ability to move fluidly through multiple weight divisions as key advantages. While Mosley recognized Mayweather's legacy and undefeated record, he argued that Crawford's physical tools, combined with his versatility, would make it harder for Floyd to adjust. In Mosley's view, those strengths could give Crawford the upper hand in a direct matchup, allowing him to dictate the pace.
if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Showbiz the Adult broke down the Crawford-Mayweather debate by separating the idea of being greater from being better. He explained that greatness is tied to legacy and resume, which clearly leans in Mayweather's favor. But when it comes to who is the better pure fighter, he argued that Crawford just made his case with a historic achievement. Showbiz compared it to Sugar Ray Leonard coming back after years away to defeat Marvin Hagler. He pointed out that Crawford had barely touched super welterweight, never fought at middleweight, yet jumped up to 168 to challenge one of the most dominant champions of the era, a reigning undisputed title holder and pound-for-pound star. In his view, that kind of daring move is something Mayweather would never have attempted.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Redmond Edwards shared his thoughts on a potential Crawford-Mayweather matchup, saying it would have been a razor-close contest since each excels in different ways. Still, he urged fans to stop dwelling on comparisons and instead let Crawford be celebrated for his own accomplishments. Edwards explained that the fight was never truly possible anyway, as they belong to different eras, Mayweather being aligned, with PBC and Crawford coming along about a decade later. He also voiced disappointment at how legends like Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. sometimes take public shots at each other, pointing out that younger fighters look up to them, and that kind of back and forth sets the wrong example.
Why is Terence "Bud" Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Jeff Mayweather looked back on Floyd Mayweather's bout with Canelo Alvarez, reminding fans that it was officially ruled a majority decision only because Judge C. J. Ross controversially scored the fight even, while the other two judges had Floyd comfortably ahead. He stressed that Canelo was just 23 at the time, still developing as a fighter, whereas Floyd was 36 and showcasing his craft at its highest level. Jeff pointed out that even though Floyd clearly controlled the fight, the young Canelo still managed to test him in ways that highlighted just how much talent and potential he already possessed.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw, and then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young.
Sean Porter shared his thoughts on the ongoing comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, admitting that while fans love to debate who would win head-to-head, there isn't a definitive answer. He praised Crawford as a brilliant tactician who always seems to figure out his opponents, comparing him to a chess player with elite boxing intelligence. Porter noted that Crawford is one of the very few fighters to consistently earn that kind of description. Still, he stressed that every era has its original master who can't be outsmarted. And for his generation, that was Floyd Mayweather.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather.
We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
That wraps up today's breakdown. Now we want to hear from you. How do you see a matchup between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather playing out? Drop your take in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and check out the other videos we've got linked on the screen.